In this episode of Back to Basics, we finally get the modules up on the wall. So let's get going. Hi, I'm Tom Kvichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things. This channel was created to help other modelers who are in need of guidance in pursuing their dream of building a model railroad. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm building a new model railroad in my garage, and I'm taking you step by step in this process of Back to Basics, which you can see right up here. Today I'm going to walk you through what it took because we have some old lumber from the old module. I am using some old modules from the previous layout and a lot of lumber, thank goodness, because the lumber prices are ridiculous right now. So that is a big cost saving for me for this model railroad right here. So let's get going with this right after this message. If you would like to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, ding that bell so you can be notified whenever I have a new video coming out. And don't forget to watch my playlists. I have plenty of playlists where you could get information about model railroading and Arduino projects. So let's get going with today's episode. As you can see in the background, I got some wood over there. I got that 1/8" paneling, 1/8" plywood, and over here too with a receptacle all the way up to the door. I got half the door framed in over here. I got all my L girders, and I have to get 2 of them out that I had underneath the module in the living room, so I could put them right along there at the top, going all the way across as a support. I wanted to get a double gang one, but I couldn't find a shallow box double gang, so I had to put a single receptacle in there. And if I wanted to do it correctly, I would have stacked it 1x2s and came out another 3/4 of an inch out here, so that would fit, but it sticks out a little bit. But that's all right. It's going to be underneath the benchwork, and I may put a shelf or something up right here so I could have components sitting on that shelf. And what I did was I ran the Romex up along the air conditioning power, strapped it up to it, and right now I just have the Romex sitting up on top. I'll hook it up later on. I'll get all the L girders out, see what I have, and see if I need to make any more up. I have to finish up the other side of the door, and when I put this 1/8" plywood in there, it comes out flush like that when I cut it with that. So it's an 1/8 of an inch up along here. Now this thing is going to go here, but it's a little bit too long. I'll have to cut some off the bottom, but it'll be here like this, and I'll fill that in with caulking in the back. But I'll have to cut about an 1.5 inches off of it so it comes down like that. I got all the short pieces up on top. I'm just going to stack them right here. Some of them fell out already, so that's an easy chore. So that's my chore for today, and get that squared away so I could put it up right on that line right there where I put the plywood. I got a 1x6 on the bottom, so that's 5.5 inches, and another 3 foot, so that's 36 and 5.5. Get the calculators out. How high is that? 36 and 5. That's 41.5 inches to right here, and that's pretty close to where I had the modules in my living room at the other house. I think I had the top at 43, so it's going to be a little bit higher because I think I got them on 1x4s, L girder. So it's going to be just a little bit higher, but that's all right. That's a good height to have it. And then I was thinking I could put some shelving, extend it out a little bit further beyond the garage door, but I got to be careful with the garage door. I can't put the shelving up too high. I have enough room where I could pull it back this way and then bring it out the front like that, which is what I've been doing over here. That part was the back end. It was under Schmedleyville, and I'm not quite sure what this part was here. I think this was this is a full 8-foot piece, and I think this is what was on in the living room for the modules. So I got to find another one like this. Now all I have to do is sort all this stuff out. I got two 2x2s and a quarter round. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1x4s. One looks like about 8 foot, the other one are cut shorter. Here are the L girders that I need. Some of them are for up top for the LEDs, and when I did the modules, I had an L girder up here and another set down here for the angle to prop into. That's all the L girders and some miscellaneous 1x2s and 1x3s from layout upstairs, Leakin Creek. Now I got all this sorted out, I'll put some of the longer pieces back up in here for right now. Keep the short pieces out because I'm sure I'm going to be needing them at some point. I got a lot of 1x4s, 1x2s, a few 1x3s. And then I still have all that old lumber that was used for the shelves. They had some shelves, some crappy looking shelves up here. We got enough lumber to work with for right now. If I need anything, it's probably going to be plywood. I had to move that one PVC conduit up there, electrical conduit, out of the way because they had it underneath the shelving. So, and there's my wiring right there. I'm going to have to tie it into that, but I have to redo that conduit and redo that shelving up there. Got the biggest part out of the way. Got my first L girder up the full length. That was my biggest headache right there, to get this far. Now that I'm this far, I could start putting the bottom bracing in and the vertical bracing so I can get the modules up. Finally got it. I put some of the stuff back, all the other L girders that I'm not going to be using right away, but those are the ones from Leakin Creek. And back here in this corner is the L girders that are going down across the bottom. Getting some temporary bracing up here, temporary legs over here on this side here for the modules. I got the short module in, and I'm getting ready to put in the first 6-foot module. I'm not going to have enough room for the other 6-foot module because it's going to come out about that far on the door. But I'm getting ready to prop this one up here and put some temporary legs on it. Ingenuity! When you need about 4 or 5 sets of hands to work on things, you do what you can with what you have. And so I got all that propped up right there on both sides so I can level it, and then I got all the bracing clamped into place for over here. I'm going to have to, I got that in the place that I want it. I just have to get this bottom one in so I could put the vertical bracing in permanently. And I'm going to have to make some new legs for on this end right here. This one worked out pretty good. This was a 1x3 L girder that I had made up for something, but it was the right length to use as a temporary leg. Can never have enough clamps. That's where my module comes out to. I got about 1.5 inches that I need to cut off, but what I'm going to do is, since this piece right here comes out a little bit, I'm going to cut back in here, put a brace along here, cut the plywood on this line right here, so that'll make it flush with the door. Calling it a day. I got everything supported along the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 angle braces with a kicker on the bottom. The only thing is I have to put permanent legs on that extension right there. I had to move the one temporary leg in because it was blocking the photo cell down at the bottom. The garage door wouldn't close. But this is what we got so far. I found another 1x3 to put up in the front right there, along there, to hold them in place like I have right there. All right, so that's it. That's cut. I think I only cut about 2 inches off the end, and I got it angled right here. That's in further up against the wall because this part up here is out just a little bit because of the way the door is. But anyway, we got 14 feet, and I left a little bit of room on the track. I didn't go all the way down to the track. I left about maybe 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch right there. That's something to play around with. I got this out of the way. The only thing I have to do now is a couple of places I'm going to put in heavier anchors. I'm going to put in the concrete anchors and go like up on here in a couple of places, and I don't know if I'll need them down here, maybe not, but on the top put a couple of concrete anchors to go all the way through the wood and into the concrete block, because I got number 8 screws right now, 2 of them on each one of the studs, so just to give me a little extra security there. It's not like I'm going to be standing on this thing, but who knows, maybe someday I will when I have to go up there and do some more work up on top up there. Some of the L girders that I have I used in my other place for track lighting. That's less than 8 foot from right here to the center beam, so I'll drop a support down and then put an L girder coming across for my track lighting, and then I'll run some track lighting above where the garage door would open up, and then I'll do the same thing on this side over top of the layout that I have over here. So that's the ticket, that's the plan. That's in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Now that you heard me rambling on about what I plan on doing in the future, about doing up in the air, I'm going to be doing the LED lights, and I'm going to be putting some shelves up on that wall. So that's what's coming up in the next episode. So take a look for that coming up next week. So until the next time, we'll see you. And here comes some bloopers. I had some really good ones today. Take 3. Okay, maybe we'll get it going good this time. All right, here we go. And my head is a blank right now. Let me get some coffee right here. Okay, now it's early in the morning, so well, not that early. You can see it up there. You can't really see it, but it's about 9:30. I already had breakfast and all that good stuff. So anyway, let me get another sip of this. Wow. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, here we go. I said that. Okay. Good for bloopers. Okay. Oh my goodness. I can't keep going this morning. Oh boy. All right. This time. In this episode. Okay. In this episode. Okay, start off without laughing.